everybody. So I hear that today was an interesting day in class with the lockdown and whatnot. So here is just another video of the notes. I expect that this assignment is done tomorrow because even without the notes, you could probably figure it out if you just looked back in the book. So my expectation is that it's done tomorrow, but if you need help with the notes or just need the notes in my voice, here we go. So first thing, essential question, I think it was already written there for you. How can we identify if a relationship is a function? So that's something that we have talked about a little bit. A function just means there's one input. For each input there is one output. So there's some vocabulary words in there that we need to know. What is a relation? Well, a relation is just when you have an input and an output, when there's just a pairing of those. So a relation is any time that you have some ordered pairs, you put them together. The domain, super important. The domain is all of your x values. So domain goes in. And if you look right here, something that is helpful that I'll probably bring up tomorrow, look at the last two words in domain. Domain goes in. Okay, and that's your x values. So if domain is what goes in, your x values, then your range is the output values or your y values. Now you should already have all of this written down. However, if I'm talking too fast, the beauty of a video is you just hit pause. Okay, so range, output values, or the y's. Something that we did last year to remember this, really sorry, I have to click. I don't know where my tablet went. So the domain, that's always your x's. So dx. And last year we remembered, and this year we can too. We have Orion in our class. So Ry is our friend. There we go. Range is the y values. Okay. And the last one, a function, is a relationship where every input has one output, exactly one output. So I have a good way to explain that when we get to the next slide. All right, here, identify the domain and the range of each relation, represent the relation with a mapping diagram. Is it a function? So they said the domain is -2, 0, 4, and 5. So here's how they got that. I'm going to go in and let's see. There's an x value, x value, x value, x value. That's how they got the domain. Do you see that little weird bracket thing? It kind of looks like a guy with a big forehead and a pointy nose. Yep, so that goes on each side. That's just the way we denote domain and range, just a set of numbers. We use those kind of brackets. The range, well, that is just your y's. So we've got 0.5, we've got 2.5, 6.5, and 2.5 again. Do you notice that they did not write the 2.5 two times? You don't have to write it again if it's a repeat. Okay, and then we look down here. This is a mapping. So we wrote down all of the domain, the x values, all of the range, and then we just draw an arrow to each one. Okay, now, is this a function? And the answer is yes. It is a function. And you might say, well, yeah, but what about the 2.5? Here's how I think of it. I'm going to see if I can write the word yes with a highlighter. Yes, that is a function. X values, that's your domain. And I know that females have the X chromosome, right? So anyway, let's pretend that these are all of the mamas. Okay, because they've got the X chromosome. This mama's going here. This mama's going here. Hey, look it, another mama's going to the same place. But is it okay that I meet another mama at Caribou for a coffee date? Of course it is. That works. The mamas can go to the same place. However, right over here, we did the domain again. We got 6, 4, 6, 5, and do you see they put them in numerical order? That's important too. And then they went to 5, 3, 4, and 8. Now look in this one right here. This is not a function. Which mama is not functioning very well at this point? Yeah, it's the 6's fault. So the 6 this mama is trying to be at 2 places at one time. So I'm trying to be at Michaela's play and Chelsea's piano lessons. I cannot do that and function at the same time. So over here, can 2 mamas go to the same place? You bet they like that. But can one mama be in 2 places at one time? Oh no, you know this from experience. It's no good when mama has to be in 2 places at one time. So, do you got it? Well, let's look. Identify the domain. Domain goes with the X's. So there it is, there it is, there it is, and there it is. Uh-oh, do you see something right away about the functioning of this? It's not functioning. Okay, and my range. Let's see, that's this one, this one, this one, and this one. So when I write down my domain, so my domain is, I make that funny little thing. Let's see which one comes first. 4.2, because I want to put them in numerical order. And then 5, and 7, and then I close my funky little thing. So there it is, there it is, there it is. I only wrote the 4.2 once. But that does tell us something for later. Then my range, here's my cute little things. Let's see, order 0 comes first, and then 1.5, then 2.2, and then what, 4.8? Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I see that there's one very, very unhappy domain member. Whose fault is it? Yeah, it's the 4.2's fault. Oop, that's the wrong color. 4.2, it's 4.2 who's at fault why this is not a function. Is it a relation? For sure it is, because you've got a pairing of stuff. There's ordered pairs going together. However, it's not a function because this mama right here is trying to do too many things. So function, nope, no. All right, so let's go and just try to figure out a couple right here. What about these? Are these relations functions? So really what you need to do is look at the domains. So I look, here's my domains, I go down, 3 is going here, 2 is going there, 1 is going there and there. Oh, do you see a problem? 0 is going there, 1 is going there. There is one dysfunctional mama right here. -1 is not working. So the answer to this one is nope. Whose fault is it? It's -1's fault. Now, it is super important that you know that mathematically it's very important, and we can find out whose fault it is. Relationally with your own mama, do not tell her it's her fault because it won't go well for you. All right, this one, the domain. Let's look at the mamas. All right, is there anyone trying to go to more than one place? Oh no, they're all meeting for Ladies on the Loose. Right here, they are all meeting at one store, Ramshackle Treasures, or something like that. They're all meeting at one store, and they are all happily shopping because they like to be together in one place. So is that a function? Yep. Yay! All the mamas are happy because they got a day out. So then we look at this one, my domain here. -3 is going there, 2 is going there, -1, 0, 1. Nobody is trying to go to 2 places at one time, so is that a function? Oh yes, it is functioning. Very well, thank you. So hopefully that helps you. Are they functions? They're all relations. This one is not a function, and it's -1's fault. Let's see, last thing. Another way to decide if a relation is a function is the vertical line test. So if they just give me a graph, this vertical line test is super handy and you'll use it forever. If a vertical line passes through more than one point anywhere on the graph, the relation is not a function. So really what I do is take a pencil, or at least I did when I was first learning this. So here's my line. And I take this line and it says, is this graph a function? Hey, what is your parent function or your mother function on this one? Do you remember? Yeah, that's an absolute value of x right there. Y equals absolute value of x. And then it shifted down 1. Let's see. That was just bonus knowledge right there. Here's my pencil, my vertical line, and I go, oh, does it hit anywhere more than once? here. Nope, just 1 point, and then it goes back up. So it's not linear, but it is indeed a function. Okay, so then what about the next one? Can you tell without even dragging the line across? Pretty sure you can. Look at nothing happening right here. It's okay. No! It hit in 2 places. So number 1 is the mama, and she's trying to be here and here. Does that make for a functioning mama? It does not. So no, not a function. That right there should take care of anything you need to know for the assignment. So I see somebody drew a very pretty picture here. Thank you, whoever drew the picture. You still have to do the home fun, even if you crossed it out. Page 272 to 273, 8 through 17, 24 to 26, and 45 to 46. Yes, you have to do all of those. Now, just in case you don't have a book at home, I am going to give you a screenshot of it so you can just do the home fun. All right, here's 8 through 17. 8 through 11, identify the domain. So just write them with those funny little parentheses, bracket thingies. And the range, write those down. Do them in numerical order. Use a mapping diagram to determine whether the relation is a function. So you just write all of the x's in one line, all the y's in the other line, draw some arrows. Does it work? And then determine whether it's a function. So just pause right here if you need it. Now, if you're like, I don't know how to do this, go back to your notes. Oh, hey, look, a mapping diagram. Now I can do it. Great. Okay, back to the book. These vertical line test. You should be able to do that. Use your pencil if you need to. These, how far does it go in 30 seconds? You've got to figure out, how can I plug that in? I bet you can do it, even though I didn't do an example like that. Same with number 17. You can figure out, I know you can. Pause it here if you need to. I'm going to the next page. Next page. Oh, that's not helpful. All right. On the next page, you have to do 24 to 26. So, determine whether it's a function, state the domain and range. You can do that. 26, make a table that represents a relation that's not a function and explain why. Okay, open-ended. You can do it. You're on your own. I know you can do that. Okay, so you just saw a little jump in the screen. Pause it here if you need to, because I'm going to the next page. 45 and 46, you can do those too. Just go in, think about what would I circle, how would I put it together. And then, say for example, today at my meeting, I was thinking about writing a chapter 4 test. You should look at 47, even though I didn't put it on your home fun. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. All right, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.